Tickety tick. Thursday Thrash Zone. The fans have been begging. They've been begging again. Oh, the bloody fans, eh? This could get messy. This could get messy. I'm on the brandy. It's bloody hot tonight. Thank you, Mrs. Mills. But I'll be slurring by the end of it, I'm pretty sure. But fuck it. Why not? Life is short. I'm actually going to conduct a bit of an experiment, because I'm going to do this one on the brandy and see if it sort of loosens me up, helps me explain shit, helps me talk, or it's just going to fucking clog me the fuck up and I'm just going to sit here like, ugh. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to do a sober stream. Remember them? Sober streams? Yeah, so I'm going to do a sober stream and, compare and contrast. Fuck it, I'm having a brandy tonight. An album has just been released by a band that is heavily influenced by Bolt Thrower. And it's just had my mind all of a quiver this week. So we're going to look at that. Ah, right. Definitely need a new one of these very soon. Look at that. Got a bit of a moustache. A thrash moustache. Shall we just get on with it? I'd like to start with an award this time, yeah? This week's award for the most ridiculous sounding slam snare drum. You know, slam music, yeah? The pitch of the snare is getting more and more ridiculous by the week. So I'm starting an award. We'll start the show with this award every week. It's what did I call it? Oof, don't know if this brand is a good idea. Ridiculous slam snare sound of the week. Easy for me to say. Alright, so this week the award goes to a band called Brain Spit. Yeah? So let's have a little go on that. And their tune, Vomit, Enema, Ecstasy.
What the fuck was that? Hey, chug that shit again, homie. Chug that shit again. That shit ain't...
What a ridiculous fucking snare sound. Gotta love that. I think people, come on, slam bands, you can do better than this. Yeah, let's get them snares even higher. Yeah, let's tweak those fuckers. Fuck the snare. Let's get some bongos. Yeah, blast beats on the fucking bongos. You know what I mean? So, let me just get the background music on again, because I'm about to go deep. Right, strap yourselves in. I'd like to start this off by giving shouts to a YouTube channel called Mark G with a C. He's got a brilliant YouTube extreme metal reviews show been going on. And by God, he knows his onions. And his apples, for that matter. when it comes to death metal and extreme metal. He really does. And there's shitloads of review channels out there. And I've watched bloody most of them, I think. A lot of American ones. And what I like about Mark G is he's just pretty much spot on with his reviews. And he doesn't wank on about how great tapes are either, which is a serious plus. So he's my go-to death metal man in the know. Yeah. Incidentally, there's another guy that I listen to called Rock and Metal Plus. He's also cool. We'll talk about him another day. But in Mark's latest video, CD Update 83, he gave me a tip-off of a band that I think I've been searching for years. Right? He mentions 3 new releases, and 2 of the bands are decent, but this other album that he mentions is what I think I've been looking out for a long fucking time. Right? Now, it's these guys. Extermination Order. Now, don't know if you can see the album there. The image. And especially the logo. But it's very, very evocative of a particular band. And that band is obviously Bolt Thrower. Now I've gone on here in the past about my love for Bolt Thrower, and well, Bolt Thrower are a big deal to me. I fucking love Bolt Thrower, right? And then Mark G showed this fucking album on his thing. And I saw it and I thought, fucking hell. I mean, what's going on here? That's extremely Bolt Throwery. And he gives a review of it and says as much. One sec, my eyes are... As I say, it's hot tonight. And I chose to wear all this fucking stupid clothes. Right, so... He tells you it straight, yeah. He says, look, this is a Bolt Thrower homage, almost. It looks Bolt Thrower, and it sounds extremely fucking Bolt Thrower. So I thought, bro, absolutely fucking fantastic. This is what I've been looking for. So I had a listen. First available opportunity, I sat down. I thought, here we go. Incidentally, right, I was, back in 2015, I was going to Australia, and I had tickets to see Bolt Thrower play in Melbourne. But before I left, they released the tragic news that Martin Kiddie Kearns, I think, is it Martin? I just know him as Kiddie. But that he'd passed away. This absolute shock. So this is before I knew this before I left, so I was totally understood. You know, obviously donated my ticket money to his fund, but I did get a T-shirt as well. The tour that never was, which I was meant to fucking dig out and get here now, but I've forgotten. But anyway, it's a fucking cool T-shirt with the dates on the back. So I'd seen them before. I'd seen them a couple of times in over the years in the UK. Just some of the best nights of my life. So here comes an album that looks like it could be a bit of a missing piece in my Bolt Thrower joy. Because I've had a few bands to keep me going over the years. Obviously, there's Memoriam, that Carl Willitz's started pretty soon after the end of Bolt Thrower, who have just got better and better with every album. I think the last album was fucking amazing, really good. And there was a band from Texas a few years ago called War Master, who were very much in that era of Bolt Thrower. And who else we had? A band I only recently found called Command. They've really nailed early bolt thrower sound. Hail of Bullets, of course. Rest in peace, Hail of Bullets. They called it a day a good while ago, but they were, you know, let's say very heavily influenced. But, you know, as I say, they've split up. War Master aren't producing anything anymore, which leaves me with basically the bolt thrower back catalogue and Memoriam. And then along come these guys. Extermination Order. Right. And I start listening to the first few tracks. And I'm there. I'm basking in the guts and the glory of this album. I mean, these guys are actually playing my sort of favourite era of bolt thrower. That kind of the later era from For Victory, you know, that kind of era and onwards, the real thick layered guitars and all that. So I was loving it. And then a thought crossed my mind. Yeah. Am I not just being a big hypocrite here? Haven't I been ripping Evil for the past few weeks? For basically being an unadulterated Metallica worship band and just regurgitating the Black Album very recently. But then, on the other side of the coin, what about Gruesome? It came out, you know, a good few years ago now. But they've released some fucking amazing records, paying homage or emulating the various eras of death. And I bloody love those. Right, then I listened some more, and I thought, perhaps cruelly, it sounds a little bit like somebody's asked AI to make a new bolt thrower album or something like that. Yeah, people are actually using AI in this way at the moment, like this. Yeah, only the other week I heard a new Oasis album, for fuck's sake, by a band called AI Sis, and it was actually bloody good. Yeah. So my brain's getting frazzled by the second. Yeah, it started to throw up questions my tiny pickled mind could not handle about the future of creativity and direction of music over the next, I don't know, 20 years or something. Like, for example, if I was to find out that AI had created this Extermination Order album, would I feel cheated? Well, I've rambled on enough, so let's get some on. As you can hear, it's pretty fucking bolt thrower. So you've got to think, yeah, music, the way music is produced is likely to change over the next 20 years or so, with the advent of AI and how musicians will use it to their benefit. You know, you could imagine trying to come up with new material and stuff, maybe employing a little bit here and there. It might give you something that you think, actually, that's fucking alright. So these are some of the dilemmas you're going to have to think about, and some of the dilemmas that music fans will be forced to face over the coming years. Anyway, I listened again and again and again, and all the time I'm enjoying it. On one hand I'm enjoying it, and on the other hand I'm thinking, is this a plausible way to make music, to so closely ape something else? Now the next tune, that's my favourite. It's actually a brilliant little bit of metal, and it's a brilliant bit of bolt thrower, really. So the conclusion I came to after sort of many listens was, you know, who knows what the future holds for music, and quite frankly, who cares, right? Right now, this is 2023, and the truth is, this is a genuine album made by clear bolt thrower enthusiasts who probably love bolt thrower even more than I do, right? So I was just like, just be grateful. Be grateful that these guys have got together and, driven by their love of bolt thrower, the greatest death metal band in the world, to create and play and record this music. Here you go. Enjoy the fucking thing. And I'd say to people who are going to hate on this record, you fucking try it. Let's see you come up with a ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, intro, yeah, that's similar but not identical to that of bolt thrower. Yeah, and let's see you come up with those lingering chord fade outs, and the catchy guitar hooks, and the life is war, war is life lyrics, and the delivery. Try it. Go on, try it. I have, right, in my past, and it's not fucking easy. I'll tell you what, let's have a little listen to some more and some brandy. It is absolutely melting in here today, so I'm going to try and see how long we can go. I have to get a fan for next time, I think. It's not normally fucking hot in the UK, so you know what I mean. So as you can see, my tiny mind's been questioning the validity of something that is so close to another band. My brain's still not sure. And I'm listening to this again for like the 5th or 6th time. And this next tune is fucking great. Now, am I just overthinking the whole fucking thing? Maybe that's it. I've just overthought it all way too much. And like Mark G says, it looks like bolt thrower, it sounds like bolt thrower. If you like that, go for it. Leave it at that. But it just sort of got my fucking little brain trying to work it all through. That's classic. Those hooks are lovely. And after all of that, I came to the conclusion that I'm just fully supportive of Extermination Order, yeah, and their quest to honour the memory of Bolt Thrower. Yeah? Yes, it's verging on absolute copyright infringement in a way. But the level of passion and professionalism is more than enough for me to enjoy these songs. And I tell you what, I would definitely buy tickets to see them live, just to bathe in the sound of this bolt throwery sound, but also to know that I'm in a room with people who love bolt throw as much as I do. I think that's a nice thought. It's definitely something I'd buy into. And I suppose the thing that started this whole fucking conflict in my mind is because I've been recently ripping into Eval for just fucking regurgitating Metallica stuff. But their Extermination Order are not trying to repackage it as something else. They're wearing their colours proudly. And yeah, whereas I would say Evil are, you know, they're not doing that, are they? They're trying to pass it off as sort of their own. Pass it off as their own. But what I will say is, I will be buying the next Extermination Order album, and it better have some fucking Space Marines on the cover. And with that, I'll have another brandy. I mean, Gruesome. The Gruesome albums are fucking great. They've got some fantastic songs, some great riffs. Obviously, it's all Chuck influenced, but it works. They're not trying to pretend anything else, really. Anyway, let's have a listen to An Iron Shroud. A mega brandy. Which means this stream will end in either 10 minutes or 10 hours. Coke in a glass bottle, you can't beat it. Just tastes better. I've also got something else lined up. And I might start doing a little section on underrated musicians or underrated bands, that, in my opinion. And I'm going to start off the series with one of my favourite thrash bands, who never seem to get the credit they deserve in my eyes. They just sort of came a little bit after the main emergence of thrash. Anyway, Sacred fucking Reich. And in particular, the drumming of Greg Hall. 0 hour. Go for it, lads. Yeah, Greg Hall, man. Greg Hall. I miss that guy. I miss that guy drumming. Right? Now, I don't know what happened there with Sacred Reich. I saw them in Birmingham back in 2017, I think. And they played all the hits. It was fucking great. I don't know what happened on that tour, but after that, it was bye-bye Greg. Thank you. I always had a feeling Phil Rind and him might have knocked heads at points, and I mean, you know, maybe it was money. A lot of these bands fall out over money, but he was, for all intents and purposes, sacked, fired. Now I remember just a little time after that, he announced he was going to be part of this like super group with an ex-singer Exodus and some other names, and they were going to be called something like Blood Moon's Sacrifice or something like that. I was fucking well excited about it. Fucking Greg Hall on drums, fucking yes. And I awaited for more press releases and more information, and it went very, very, very fucking quiet. And I was following Greg Hall on Facebook, I think, of all places. And after a while he came out and he said, I'm paraphrasing, Blood Moon Ceremony is fucked. Nothing's happening. It's all fucked up. That's it, you know. Sounded good at the time, but for whatever reason, it's not happening. And I was gutted. To be fair to Greg, he seems to have moved into baking cookies for a living now, of which they look fucking amazing. And other various sweet treats and baked products. If you're in Greg Hall's area, and get yourself there, because they look fucking great. But let's be honest, I think we want him back behind a kit, don't we? And since he left, Sacred Reich released an album, Awakening, which I, waited with bated breath to hear, and when I heard it, I didn't mind it. It was all right. Obviously, Phil Ryan says it's the best thing they've ever done. The greatest work Sacred Reich have ever put out. In my opinion, that's very not the case. But one thing I did notice that hit me, as somebody who's listened to a lot of Sacred Reich over the years, as great as a drummer Dave McClain may be, it seriously missed the solidity and groove of Mr. Greg Hall. Let's get some fucking Greg on, shall we? But just remind yourself of the groove and the feel and the little understated genius of Greg Hall's drumming. All right. So. There he is. Yes, man. I mean, this is one of my favourite thrash albums of all fucking time, man. So good. It's got so many good tunes and riffs. But he's in that classic vein of drummer who lets the fucking song talk, but puts his own little garnishes it in here and there that make it so uniquely him. Those little snare fucking unique little double hits. It's just fucking rock solid. But he's got that unique groove that you either have it or you don't. I love that Wiley's sort of almost hair metal moves as well. I met Greg. I had like a meet and greet thing where I told him he should do more fucking drum cams. There's only one Greg Hall drum cam on the whole of YouTube, which we're going to look at. Need to get fucking Greg Hall back behind a kit, man. He's an absolute fucking powerhouse. He's been out of the game too fucking long. Right, what's it going to show now? Ignorance, I think. I love this shit. It's from like a fucking public TV bloody channel in America in 87, I think. And I'm gonna skip most of the song, but there's a section from about 3 minutes in, and it's just great. I watch it on bloody repeat. I just get it to about 3 minutes. Play the bit I like, drag it back, watch it again, drag it back. Look at the quality of it though. It's fucking great. Fucking underrated, man. That's fucking thrash, that. Let's have it again, please. Can I get a rewind? One last time with that riff, please, guys. There he is, there's Greg on the fucking ride. Ignorance. He also goes for it behind the kit. That's like pure Lombardo shit. You can do the lot. Fucking ride work that he does. Definitely part of his trademark, that. That's coming up with him. Oh yeah. It's one of my favourite fucking live clips ever. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's from Dynamo in I think it's the late 80s. Now, it looks like from the start that it's the beginning of the gig, right? But it's not. It's an encore. And I mean, encores at festivals that doesn't happen anymore, does it? As far as I'm aware. But the crowd are fucking up for it. So this is the end of Sacred Reich's performance. There they come. Now keep your eye on the crowd as well. There is some fucking next level crowd surfing.
What do you want to hear? What?
The squad!
This is for you fuckers! The squad! Everybody in the fucking bed!
Fucking riff. People just start like. The health and safety in at the late 80s is, look at that. Yeah, no macho posturing, nobody trying to fucking take over the pit. Just a load of people having a lovely time. Right, now there's a guy who comes flying over in a minute. Oh yeah, you got a close-up on a guy who's some mad Dutch lad. Who's, showing his enthusiasm there. Right, watch now, bottom centre. Here we go. Whoa! I mean, the power of thrash compelled him. And God bless the security as well. Yeah, I've actually done that in the past, and you go flying over and you can get like dickheads, but I don't know, some give you a pat on the back, go on lad, off you go, and you just walk away with this sort of like godlike confidence that you've just survived that and gone through it. Obviously, there's fucking hundreds of other people, thousands and thousands of other people there for other bands, but that is a fucking Sacred Reich hardcore following there, going for it. It just captures a real golden era of metal, or thrash metal anyway, because it all imploded not so long after this kind of point. Well, hey, see that, lad? Love it. It's just Something like Instagram culture back then. It was all about getting the right picture or getting on the fucking... Here we go. Some good... Over you come, lad. There we go. And then you walk off with that swag. Fuck yeah. Yeah, there's none of that, like, you know, camera phone shit. Everyone trying to get the best shot of themselves to fucking put on Instagram. Look at me fucking controlling the pit. Fucking carnage. Dry ice as well. Can't beat it. This next one is the Greg Hall drum cam. Much more recent. It's a sound check video. But he's just let him rip on the kit at points, and it's just fucking great to see. A golden era of thrash. Yep. Yeah, it's lost a lot. They're fucking booing because they're not coming back and doing another encore at a festival. Here we go. Here's Greg. Don't worry, it switches horizontally in a second. Political dystopia. Mate, that's a whole can of worms right there. That's a whole can of worms that I think I've had too much brandy to try and tackle right now. But I tell you what, mate, I've been doing a couple of streams now without any human interaction. So it is lovely to have you along for the ride. But there's a bit in there. Here we go. Look at that ride there. Greg on the fucking ride. There he goes. And his snare work as well. He makes it look easy. I could listen to him fucking hit that ride all day. Go ahead, lad. Fuck yeah. And this guy hasn't drummed professionally for years now. It's a fucking crime, man. Shit would have been nasty with the way the bass is being underrepresented these days. It's fascinating, isn't it? To think what he might have thought about this, the era of metal of the past few decades that he missed. Like what he'd be getting up to, what he'd be producing. The guy was a fucking genius, man. He was a Beethoven. Yeah, he was a Mozart of metal. So guy had unlimited fucking musical ability. So there we go. That's my new campaign. Get Greg Hall back in metal. What I'm going to do now is play a little bit of the band that I was meant to play last week, called Higgs Boson. And then I think I'm going to collapse in a pool of sweat and brandy. Bolt Thrower needs to make a comeback out of... Fucking hell, could you imagine? Can you imagine? Jesus, I'd be a fucking happy fucker. But I know Bolt Thrower, and they are a band of their word. And when they say something, they mean it. And when they say there's going to be no more, there's going to be no more. Anyway, let's get 6% batteries worth of Higgs Boson. Nice to get some European power violence who don't take themselves too seriously. Oh shit! Well, Yeah, no, the what was that cult that all killed themselves and wore Nike trainers? Heaven's Gate. That's it. That's what they're called, Heaven's Gate. But with that guy whose name I can never pronounce on drums, with oh yeah, with Tony from Municipal Waste and the guitarist from fucking Warthog. It's a very good record, anyway. No, Heaven's Gate. Do you remember they all like they believed in like fucking they were going to go on a UFO and shit. There was a comet at the time in the sky. And they were convinced that there was a UFO in the trail of the comet. And the absolute crank who was leading the cult made them all fucking cut their hair and all look the same and wear Nike trainers and all like identical fucking gear. And then one day say, right, we're going on the UFO, guys. And they all necked a load of fucking barbiturates and fuck, what was it? Vodka. They necked a load of barbiturate and vodka, and then later on somebody came around and found 42 bodies all wearing identical fucking clothes with purple shrouds over their heads. Mental fucking story. Don't know, I just like the sound of this band. It's brand new as well. Let me bring the riffs. Starting to lose hope. I thought I was just gonna sit here every now and then talking to my fucking self until I got bored and then gave up. But your presence alone has given me the impetus to carry on for a couple of weeks more anyway. And I do have a YouTube, which is probably linked somewhere, which is just like a best of all the previous shit. Just me rambling and ranting drunk. Still got shitloads left. The night is young. Unfortunately, my battery level isn't. Cheers, guys. I think I might have... how much we got left? Oh, not very fucking much. I'll tell you what, I'm going to say thank you. Oh shit, I've missed my song. Right. Am I going to be able to fit the song in? Let's see. So thank you all for tuning in one more time. You're all fucking great, and it was lovely to have somebody to chat to. And I hope you come back and do this all again. But let's end on a song. It's the only way. Laugh me a laugh.